We have the pleasure now of talking to the Ambassador of Denmark, who's here in Ras Al Khaimah on an official visit. So, Your Excellency, welcome.
Well, thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Well, today you've been finding out more about some of the key entities here in Ras Al Khaimah, the Ras Al Khaimah Free Trade Zone, Ragport. In fact, you visited one of the largest ceramic companies in the world, and most importantly, you met with His Highness, the visionary of Ras Al Khaimah, the ruler. So, what have your experiences today been like? Tell us.
Well, first of all, I was very impressed. There's a very coherent narrative about where Ras Al Khaimah wants to go and develop itself, and I think His Highness was very good at explaining how he wants to put the human dimension, the human development at the center, attracting talent, attracting companies, and getting Ras Al Khaimah to be a hub for world-class development. So that was very nice. And then to have that confirmed also by visiting the rock ceramics factory, which of course is a key industrial player in Ras Al Khaimah, but also the new free trade and non-free zones that you have established. And I think one of the things that I really noticed was the coherence in the ambition all the way from His Highness to the free zone people, to individual companies, and that's confidence-inducing when you listen to, what are the commercial opportunities in a place like Ras Al Khaimah.
Now, looking at some of the business indicators, for example, the cost effectiveness, the business efficiency indicators, a recent report from the World Bank has put Ras Al Khaimah as #1 in the world, taking the title from Singapore when it comes to the speed of the judiciary system. So, with that in mind, what do you think that will say to the business community in Denmark about setting up business here in Ras Al Khaimah?
These kind of indicators and KPIs are important, and they're important for the business community because it tells a solid fact-based story about what can you expect by coming to a place like Ras Al Khaimah. So it's good that we have a lot of people competing to be up there #1, and of course you can feel the surge of excellence when you once reach that spot. I think it does tell people that this is a serious business environment, that it offers real opportunity, and it opens doors, I think, to a lot of people to consider this place for investment. So in a place where you have stiff competition, in a world that is with stiff competition, you have a Dubai and Abu Dhabi which sort of have a larger world recognition as brands and names in themselves. It's very important for a place like Ras Al Khaimah to actually have those kind of indicators to back up their business proposal and their value proposition.
Where do you see the potential for businesses in Denmark?
I see a potential in two specific dimensions. One is on a public to public and public-private sector cooperation business, which would encompass energy, environment, and circular economy. So circular growth economy, sort of a future growth and sustainability model. This is one place. And I also see an opportunity on logistics, which is quite important here and where Denmark is world leading also. So I think that I'll be looking to have a discussion with Danish companies within those three sectors that I mentioned first, which are both on public-public side, but also public-private partnership side, and then logistics companies here. We do have companies who want to move production to Ras Al Khaimah, and there are specific, business opportunities. I will come back to them and talk about what I've seen here today and what they would like to further investigate.
Let's talk a little bit more about the maritime sector. You've seen or you found out more about Ras Al Khaimah port and the strategic importance of ports to this emirate. And of course, Denmark's got a big port infrastructure. So looking ahead, do you see the ports forming some sort of relationship in terms of developing greater business?
I think there are some opportunities, but of course, the whole port sector is very competitive. So I've seen a division of labor that is going on here, which I think is interesting, with highly specialized ports trying to service the bulk sector, trying to service the container sector, trying to service part of the supply industries to the maritime sector. I think that offers some opportunities, but where I see the best opportunities is actually in sort of moving the logistics sectors towards what people call Industry 4.0, where you integrate digitalization into old industries. Now, shipping industry is an old industry, and how do you move that into Industry 4.0? And here I think there are some opportunities that we would like to explore more when it comes to digitalization and logistics.
Well, Ambassador, thank you very much for joining us. Perhaps to finish off, how would you summarize the future business relationship between Denmark and Ras Al Khaimah?
Well, I really hope to see more Danish businesses take an interest here. I think there are some opportunities. Denmark wants greater diversity and stratification of its business relationship with the United Arab Emirates. There are opportunities. We need ambitious partners at the other side of the table, and we certainly get that both from His Highness, from the free zones that you have established and the ports here, and from individual companies. So there are opportunities, we will pursue them. At the end, I would like to send a warm Ramadan greeting to everyone in Ras Al Khaimah. Ramadan is a time for mindfulness. Peace is the most important thing for all of us. So I hope you will use the opportunity to think about how we all can show each other more kindness, be more tolerant, and create the best possible environment to live peacefully together with our loved ones, within our communities, and as nations. Happy Ramadan to everyone.
Well, once again, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Well, thank you very much. Great talking to you.